Hello, 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 my new human family. My name is Oracle Jessie, she, her, hers, and I am here for the new humans and the old souls. And today is March 22nd, I believe, 2020. And we are just in the first few days of this coronavirus isolation. And I hope everyone is enjoying their time with whatever it is you choose to be doing during this time. This is a time that the earth is working on its shadow work, bringing up things and purging that which is no longer serving the earth, and spring cleaning, if you will. Spring equinox was not too long ago, so it is time for spring cleaning, literally, very much a purging time. So, I'm here to do our reading for this week, this energetic tarot and oracle reading, and first I will start with the animal knowledge cards. So let's take a look at the animal knowledge cards here and see what they have to say for us for this week. And this one is leopard. Stealth, strength, and purity are the key words for this week. And with this card, I'm getting a message of readiness and preparedness. What are we preparing ourselves for? What are we using this time of self-isolation and family time and time with loved ones? What are we using this to prepare for? Where are we going with this in our big picture vision? What is our big picture? What are we focusing on? What are we laying the groundwork for? This is a universal year 4, so we're laying the groundwork for what it is we want the rest of this 9-year cycle to be. So with this stealth, strength, and purity that we're asked to be focused on this week, what are we purifying ourselves for? What are we purging? What do we no longer need? What impurities have infiltrated themselves into our lives? What are we getting rid of? Where do we want to focus? And it is a very, very much a personal journey, right? Because my life decisions and life goals are very, very different from my partner's. It's very, very different from my friends, even my family. And so where do I want to go? How do I want to be living my life and moving forward from this time in isolation, from this time in solitude and the safety that is one's own self? So where do we want to go? And how do we find the pureness, the pure essence of the life that we are desiring for ourselves and move forward in that? Excuse me. You guys know I've had this cough for forever. So, nothing new there. Nothing new. In fact, I've gotten better. better since this whole thing started happening. So next I will dive into the mystical shaman oracle deck, and let's take a look here and see what these cards have to say for us for this week. I love these cards. These cards are so powerful. I'm loving them so much. Okay, card number 1, let's go. This is wind. The wind brings opportunity and change, and the winds are changing. And so if you're paying attention to the wind this week, pay attention from where it comes. The east brings new opportunity and new beginnings. The north brings security, financial abundance, and safety. The west brings emotional changes. So maybe changes in love life, maybe changes in solitude, maybe just those emotional times. The South brings new opportunity with fire, anything that has to do with fire, with passion, with love, yes, and also career and passion. So pay attention to which way the wind is blowing for you, or even sit in meditation with yourself and ask which way the wind is blowing. What new opportunities are you creating for yourself? Are you co-creating with the universe at this time? What new opportunities are there, are just waiting for you to open up to them? So that's card number 1. Card number 2. I can grab only one card here. Which card would it be? The Seer. The Seer. This is very, very important time for us to be meditating and doing our own inner work. Because, like I said, the earth is purging right now. The earth is doing its own shadow work, its own version of shadow work. The Seer is about going within and seeing within, seeing that full vision for yourself, that zooming out and seeing where you're going and using that as your guiding light, as your end goal, as your end vision for yourself. Be that for a few minutes every single day. Be that whenever you can. And that will help manifest it for you faster. We are stepping more and more into this new energy for ourselves. And it is time for us to be that which we want to bring forth. It's no longer about talking about it anymore. It's no longer about fantasizing about that. It's time to realize it more and more by stepping into that more fully, more by realizing it and making it tangible and real here. And I see a puma here, and that's very, very close to the leopard. It's just the callback, right? So start focusing on where you want your life to be and start actualizing it and bringing it forward for yourself more and more and more tangible and more real ways. Okay, card number 3 is the reverse sweat lodge. So I'm seeing with this is very much, we are isolating ourselves, yes, on purpose in most cases, and we're experiencing a little bit of cabin fever, and very much it's uncomfortable. So this is a time for us to ask, why are we uncomfortable during this time? What is coming up for us? Maybe start journaling those feelings and why we feel uncomfortable, why we feel like we are isolating ourselves when in reality we have so much connection available to us. Like, I am connecting with you all right here, right now. We are connecting on the internet. We are connecting on social media. We can still text and call each other. You know, it's a little old school, but picking up the phone and talking to someone on the phone, FaceTiming people, there's a whole bunch of ways that we can feel connected to the source. And even like in our own isolation and in our own meditation, in our own rooms by our own selves, we are still a part of the whole. We are a drop in the ocean, and the ocean is also within us. So do not forget where you come from. Do not forget that you are part of the collective. You are an essential part to the whole. So be sure that you're taking care of yourself in however ways that you feel is necessary during this time. Be sure to check in with yourself daily, often, on how you can best show up for yourself and your community, this worldwide community that we are all experiencing this connection, this purging, this purifying experience right now. How can you best show up to help heal the collective, to help become more and more of a new human, more and more of a more compassionate and more loving human being? How can you show up in a way that is your most pure, most essential, most essence, the essence of your best life, your guiding light? What is that? And how can you show up as that? That was card number 3. We're going to take the undercurrent here, the underside of the deck. And this is the child. The child, I'm sure you all, especially you all who are parents of this world, are very connected to children and how they experience the world and how everything is so new, so fresh, so wonderful, and how they are wonderful teachers about emotion and how things are moving and evolving around. Yeah, sorry, I'm at the park and there's dogs and people talking, so I'm sorry if you can hear them. But connect to your inner child during this time. Play with it. And even further into the undercurrent here is the beauty way. See everything. This is our opportunity to see everything as beautiful, as perfect, as wonderful. And so don't be afraid to play around with this. This is the universe. Yeah, we're doing serious work. We're doing serious shadow work right here, right now. And at the same time, don't be afraid to play, have fun. So what if we are choosing to isolate ourselves on a whole? It can be fun. It can be a joyous experience. It can be whatever it is that we're making it. And we can choose, I promise you, we can choose our own adventure. We can choose to make this a beautiful, wonderful, joyous experience. We can choose to make building and creating our own lives, our best lives, as whatever it is we choose. We can have fun during these times of isolation. We can choose to be in community while being in a room by ourselves. We can choose to dance with the universe in a very, very unique and special way. And I would encourage you all to look into that if that feels good for you. So next, I'm going to be tapping into the divine realms using the tarot of the divine realms. So let's take a look here and see what these cards have to say for us during coronavirus week number 2. I feel like this is going into week 2 of coronavirus isolation. This one, they say. Okay, so card number 1 here in the tarot is going to be the 5 of Swords reversed. So yeah, this is talking about the purging of the planet. Like, what and asking us, what do we ourselves need to cut away? What attitudes or belief systems that are no longer serving us? What is so old world that we need to leave it at the wayside? What do we want to birth into our experience and celebrate? So replacing those old scarcity mindsets with abundance mindsets might be a good swap. Or the time shortage consciousness for unity consciousness, or even like the isolation consciousness for abundance and togetherness. Just what healthy substitutions do we need to make in our lives? That's card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be the 9 of coins in this deck. It is coins in this deck. So reaching out and celebrating our tangible abundance, our way of just being able to dive into this time, our way of slowing down if that's part of your path right now, slowing down and taking it all in and celebrating this time together, celebrating the bounty that we have. Today I got my oil changed and some other basic car maintenance that has been needing to be done for a while, but it was just so nice to have it done and have someone take care of it for me, have someone do it for me. I got my hair cut recently. It was just nice to shed that weight. And yeah, so just taking the time to appreciate luxurious things this week is going to be essential for our health and moving ahead. That was card number 2. Card number 3, here we go, is the reverse 6 of coins. So this is going to help us balance out our celebration. So while we're mentally and emotionally celebrating our abundance, I feel like this is also going on in the background. We're kind of weighing the pros and cons and trying to find our balance with the physical here. And I really want to caution us against literally counting the coins this week, because this world that we live in and that we're moving into is going to be more and more of an energetic world. So if we move ourselves into a place that is feeling more abundant, happier, joyous, full of growth and expansion, then we are going to be moving in a place that is full of that growth and expansion. And that's where I see us moving. So be sure to pay attention to your emotions this week as we are moving through this coronavirus together. So I'll try to check in more and more on social media, whether it be on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, and just try to share some tips and tricks as far as emotional well-being, because this life is very much a emotional and spiritual life. And the more we pay attention to where we are on the emotional scale, the more we are going to realize more of ourselves, more of our ideal lives coming out of the ethers and into our physical experience. So that was card number 3. Now our undercurrent here is going to be the 4 of Wands, and this is this is about stability, and I'm seeing for some of you in relationships, this is going to be whether that relationship is like a family dynamic or a romantic partnership, this is going to be essential for us to lean on this week. That core family, that core group of people to emotionally support one another and to move through this time of mystery together. And yeah, we do collectively together have the tools to move forward in a positive light with all of this. So if we're focused on that ideal life, on that abundance and joy and happiness that we see at the end of the tunnel, and we keep consciously honoring that and moving towards that, then we will see that coming more into our experience. And this is very much what this card is talking about here too. Just honoring the whole experience and moving forward in a way that is in alignment with our big picture life purpose, right? Our purity, the image of what purity means to us on our specific path. So I'm seeing that is about it for this week. Yeah. I'm gonna pull from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck as well. And I think I'll just pull one card from here. There's one that wants to come out. I feel like it's one card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck here. Pull this one. It says Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. And that is infinite supply. This is the perfect message, you all. This is Sedna. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So she is a goddess, an Alaskan goddess of the ocean. And so it's very much a reminder that the earth is infinite and there is infinite potential in the universe. And everything is happening as it should for a reason. And everything is perfect and it's all working out as it's supposed to. And we do not have anything to worry about. And if we can step back and look at the big picture and look at the full knowingness of this nature gets everything done and does not hurry. This is perfection. Even though we wouldn't choose this actively, most of us wouldn't choose this actively in our lives. And at the same time, this is happening for us for a reason. So now that it is happening, what are we choosing to think about it? What are we choosing to believe about it? What new foundations are we building for ourselves during this time in isolation? How can we turn this into an advantage and an adventure? How can we benefit from this in the long term? By knowing, trusting, and believing that the world has an infinite supply of everything. Everything that we want has been given to us on some energetic level. And we are becoming more and more ourselves each and every day. So yeah. If you want your own personal reading during this time of coronavirus, definitely reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. I will be putting that information down below. Yeah, it's a powerful time to be alive. It's a powerful time to be here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I will post these pictures up on Instagram and Facebook under Oracle Jessie, so you all can see them there. And I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for being here and honoring yourself during this time, during this uncertain time, this time of uncertainty. One thing is certain is that the world will go on. We are eternal beings living in the now. We are eternal beings living in the now. The now is all the time we have right now. So what are you going to do with it? Thank you so much. I love you all. Hasta la bye-bye.